Together, the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, together, the more we fight together, and stronger we shall be.
Rising sun.
Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. We've been crying, the world claim not to hear. And we've been lamenting, the world claim not to hear. Our tears flow, the world claim not to see. And our blood flow, the world claim not to see. This is a crime, oh no, against humanity. Oh no, yeah, this is a crime. Eritrea spoke out, they were given independence. South Sudan spoke, they were given independence. Namibia spoke out, they were given independence. Give me the reason my people got to be neglected. Give me the reason my people got to be rejected. Give me the reason our freedom got to be a crime. Give me the reason our own freedom got to be denied. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. I tell you what, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Hey, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it. Oh no. Oh.
Yes, once again, fellow BIAFRANS, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the Deputy Leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafor. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Mazi Uche Okafor is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku Kingdom, the one and the only man that represents, that has spoken for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He's the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television, the man ordained by the Creator himself. And by the special grace of God, I am George Onyibe. I come from Abo Boys in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, we must acknowledge the Creator, Chukwukika Biama, the one who lives in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For indeed, he is the lifting up of our head. In wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, in matter both great and small, he remained the primordial influence that drives us. And I tell you, we are grateful that in a time like this, he remembered us. And in my humble way, I will go ahead and acknowledge him as always. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị, o juru anya anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dịka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, this evening, we are coming out in a different way, not very familiar with most of us, but we will get used to it. I'm in the studio right now with a cross-section of Biafran who will introduce themselves, because tonight we intend to make it an interactive program. And let's say this is the beginning of it, because a lot of things are happening to us as a people. And if we are not properly informed and indoctrinated on the way Nigerian, in fact, the Nigerian modus operandi, we're going to be lost. They are playing their game, but we are watching them. And of course, our leader is fully equipped to deliver the nation. And having said so, we are going to look at a critical issue, using Imo State as a case study this evening, because there are matters of utmost importance that we cannot just allow it to be swept under the carpet. And so this evening we are going to look at a topic. The topic for discussion is the Islamic hijack of Imo State. The topic for discussion tonight is the Islamic hijack of Imo State. But of course, I will not proceed until comrade in the studio will introduce themselves. And so I leave the mic on to you. I want us to introduce ourselves one after the other, starting from Mazi Chibuike. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi George Onyibe.
Good evening from here. Please, you introduce yourself and then let others follow suit. Thank you very much. You are welcome this evening.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, all Biafrans. My name is Obi Manuel Chibike. I'm from Ebochukwu in Eziali, Mbidi, under Olu Province, Biafra land. But right now, I'm speaking from the state of Israel. Thank you very much.
Hello, hello Biafrans. My name is Nelson Tukora. I'm an German. I'm from Ududi, Ogula, Aguru, and Age, from Delta or Bendel, former Bendel, part of Biafra. I am currently calling you guys from London. Thank you very much.
Yeah, fellow Biafrans, good evening all. My name is Sid Mess, okay, foreign OC from Omezala Oba Omaka. Omaka is in our province of Biafra land. I'm currently residing in Warsaw, Poland right now. Good evening all.
Good morning, Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever your time zone is. My name is Armstrong Omeje. I'm from present-day Edo State, former Bender States. Hometown is Ekboma, Uyele. They call us Asam people, but there's a lot to it. I'm calling from the state of Israel. I'm calling from Australia, and I'm honored to be on this program. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Once again, I welcome all of you and our listeners across the globe. I welcome you. First of all, here in IPOB, as Biafrans, we are very fortunate people because we have a leader who has the ability to understand time and season, and he has never failed us for once. But of course, considering what we have passed through as a people before now, most especially when it comes to political assassination, our people must understand how these people operate, most especially now that we are, I call this period the end game, the end game. And now, tonight, I want us to focus and look at the issue or the current happening in Imo State. And I want us to understand that we are not a political party. IPOB is not a PDP, IPOB is not a PPQ, APC. We have nothing to do.
We can't hear the live broadcast anymore.
Yeah, it's mute. I don't know. It's a matter anybody that is moderating.
Yes,
yeah, maybe it doesn't have.
Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
We're hearing you now.
Okay, that is better. Thank you very much for that observation. Now, what I was saying before I was cut off, but have it at the back of your mind, whether you are hearing me or not, the world is listening and hearing me also. But having said that, thank you for that correction. And then we continue. Having said that, there is something happening in Imo State, and if we do not take time, it is going to escalate to every area in Biafra land. This is simply, I call it, the Islamic hijack of Imo State. Our leader in his last broadcast has spent time trying to make our people understand the game they are playing. Just like every other game that has its own advantage, it also has its own disadvantage. And so, once again, I welcome you, gentlemen, on the studio, and I want us to go ahead and look into some of this area. One of the questions I want to ask regarding the removal of the Imo State governor is, how do you people see the decision made by the Supreme Court of Nigeria, giving the mandate of the people to another person? How did you see that decision in Imo State? Because we really need to look into this matter critically, as this is going to affect every state in Biafra land until Biafra is restored.
Yes, good evening, Mazi. Mazi Jojo Onyibe. This is Nelson. Can I respond?
Of course.
Well, to my own little observation, I can say that because we, Biafrans, have let this to happen numerous of times, they've managed to believe that if they keep telling us lies, we will believe that lie whether we like it or not. If not, how can you organize, for example, say a race, Olympic race, or any race you can call it? You pull out 10 people in front of a racetrack to run. When the person that come up fourth, all of a sudden the organizers pull the person from the fourth position to become the first. That's because they can do it. That's because we've been so quiet about it. That's because we can't do nothing about it. They know that we can't do nothing about it. That's why they carry on doing whatever they're doing. And like you just rightly said, if we do not do anything about it, it's going to spread around all Biafra land. I don't think it's just spreading. It is spreading already. I know that happened even in Bayelsa. I was able to confront one or two persons to say, look, you guys might have allowed APC to compromise with you. That's why you were governor of any state. If not, no right person in Biafra land should be voting for APC in the first place. So my little contribution, like I've said before, is just because we are allowing this to happen, that is why it's happening, and we must put a stop to it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, gentlemen in the studio, it's still left for you to react to that very issue. How do you see the decision made by the Nigerian judiciary to remove the people's mandate. This is not the first time. There are a lot beneath that the eyes can see, but I think this is a period where we open the eyes of our people of the Supreme Court decision regarding this Imo State election.
Yes. Hello, BIAFRANS, brothers and sisters. This is Mazi Armstrong Onyibe. Just want to throw some light into this question. Our brother just spoken, has mentioned something given some really important points. So my own take on this is that, one, like our brother said, they know they can do this, and they know they're running the country to their understanding. The Supreme Court, for instance, has a man who has a Fulani or Islamic agenda. That is an agenda that has been there for over 100 years or something. And now they remove someone. Every change they make in government is as a result to foster their agenda. If they have someone in place that is not actually delivering, that's not leveraging enough result, they will take him or out. So this new governor has been declared as the winner of the election, which we all know it's a delusion. And now as they put him there because he probably has made an arrangement with them, we all know that he has, not even probably, to deliver to the state of Islamization of that nation. And our people in Imo State should understand that this is a strategy. And if we do not act, or if they don't react to this, it will be done in other states. So it's an agenda. They are putting this man there, Uzodimma, to carry on or finish their assignment that someone else has not been able to carry on at all. So we must understand, no matter how well or how well spoken or promises made by this new government, we should know they are all hooks. They are all hooks. They have nothing to offer you, even if they start construction, even if they start building schools, even if they start making promises that they've been making forever. They have nothing to offer you. Do not sell, my people, please. Do not sell your freedom. Do not sell your freedom. Wake up, my people, please. Thank you very much. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Yes, sir. Before I go to the next question, BIAFRANS across the globe who are listening to this broadcast, our lines are open at this moment. And you are free to call in and tell us your own view, your own contribution to this effect, because we will not keep these people quiet. In as much as we are engaging Nigerians through the preamble of law, we are not ignorant of their mode of operation, mode of subjugation, emasculation, and total bastardizing of our blood lineage. We know how they function. And so at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is open and our direct line is open. The WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642, and the direct line is 081-221-52971. Of course, you can call in, make your own contribution, and ask questions if necessary. Thank you very much. I don't think anybody still has any response towards the first question.
Yes, Mazi, please, can I comment on this first question?
Of course, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, BIAFRANS. My name is Onyibe Chibike, calling from Israel. Mazi, let it be on record that about 70 political parties participated on the 9th of March 2019 in the election of Imo State governorship election. And there we have Ihedioha of PDP. He scored a total vote of 273,404 votes. Umosu of AA scored 190,364 votes. Ararume of Abga scored 114,676. And Hope Uzodimma of APC scored only 96,558. Then all these parties, they went to the tribunal to challenge the victory of Ihedioha of PDP. And at the tribunal, the argument was that this Ihedioha did not obtain 1/4 of votes in at least 2/3 of the 27 local government of Imo State. And the tribunal go ahead and give Ihedioha victory. They ruled that Ihedioha duly win that election. Then at the Court of Appeal, they still went to the Court of Appeal, and the 5-man panel judge ruled in favor of Ihedioha. Then surprisingly, and I don't know how they got it to the Supreme Court, then at the Supreme Court, they said that 388 polling units were unlawfully excluded from the result. Then one Justice Kekere Ekun then said that all the result of these 388 polling units belongs to Hope Uzodinma. Then our question is, how did this woman know that all these votes in that 388 polling units is casted to APC? That is the height of injustice and the subversion of the people's mandate given willfully to Ihedioha. So therefore, the question now is, how did the court conclude that all these votes belong to this man? What happened to the 69 other political parties? Didn't they have votes inside that 388 polling units? So there's a lot of questions they need to answer. There's a lot of questions they need to clarify or let us know where this judgment is based on, or unless. Let me leave it for here, Mazi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mazi Foreign, I believe you have one or two things to say. So we'll listen to our people, then we'll move from there. Go ahead, Mazi Foreign.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here, Biafran, good evening. Mazi, this is a very bad example and a bad precedent, because Mazi, never in the history has somebody who came forth in the run-up governorship election could such a vote allocated to him. And if this thing is not checkmated now, Mazi, it might cause a very big kiosk and war. So what we are telling our people, Imolites now, and the Biafrans as a whole, we should reject it. Because with the same method they have used now, they can use it to remove anybody, anywhere. Anybody they didn't fit, I mean the cabals. So this is more reason why we should come together now and fight this battle once and for all. Because, you know, like my beloved brother Chibike said, you know this woman, this Yoruba judge they use, Kudirat, Kekere Eku. She have to explain this. This is where we stand now. We have to rise up. This is why we are here. The Biafran, Imolite, this is the time we take the bull by the horn. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, yes, I am here, my rep,
yes,
and the crew that are making contributions this morning. My name is Ezekwem Uchechi. I'm from Okigwe province, Biafra land. And I want to use this opportunity to thank each and every one of you, GBK, Foreign, and our brothers from United Kingdom and Australia. All of you and my rep. The job you guys are doing is a very, very enormous job, and it's only to look at here to strengthen and guide each and every one of you, and our leader, and my deputy, all of us, or the principal officer or IPOP. Actually, the little contribution I want to make regarding the things that is unfolding in my state or in Biafra land, Imo State precisely, is something that everybody, even though you are not from that particular part of Biafra land, everybody must rise up, because that's the thing that is going to, or is affecting everyone at the moment. You know, these people have tried it, and when Rocha Sokorot Ocha was there and tried to use that state to do all the whole shenanigans they plan to do, and now they discovered that this man, in as much as IPOP, we are not in support of the zoo politics or whatever they are doing, call it any political quotes or whatever. But our conscience, they cannot buy us, and our mandate cannot be stolen by them writing an agenda for us, especially the stupid judgment they gave
and which we know that all these things happen from the scripts written from the APC and Islamic terrorists of the Nigerian government, Muhammad Buhari and co. Now, what I want to say, because I know a lot of callers are calling to make their contribution too, what I want to say is all BIAFRANS, especially those residing in Imo State, everybody should rise up. It doesn't mean whether you are in a political arena or you are part of what IPOPs are starting for. No. But this time around, I'm calling on all the public servants, all the whole market leaders, everywhere, everybody should go on strike or just come out. It doesn't mean that I'm calling from diaspora. If I'm in at home, these are the things I have to do. Because if we keep quiet, these people that are going to come out and take another state, just as they have taken Biafra state a few months ago when they conducted their own election. So now this is what happened. It is to remind me how Ahera declaration happened before the civil when the war was about to start. You know, the war just the declaration of Ahera started happened in Owerri. And if this thing, the drum of the nonsense they are beating right now will start from my own state, let it happen now, because we cannot allow this kind of a thing to happen. Everybody should support and come on the street. There's no way all of them are going to kill all of us. No. Whether you are IPOP member or you are not IPOP, in as much as you are a Biafran and you support what we are doing to make sure we emancipate ourselves from this stupid contraption called Nigeria, I'm calling on every Imolite to come out in the street and say enough is enough. Until they don't want to do the rifle thing, let them conduct a new referendum, a new election, just like as our leader said a few days ago when he came on air and broadcasted and said that we cannot allow such a thing to happen. That's where I stand, and I believe Biafrans all over the world will support for all of us to come out in the street and make sure that this kind of nonsense will stop. Thank you very much, my rep and all the crew. And the Mechukwu Abiyama continue to send to you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother. We will take one call more, and then we will look into this very discussion. And now our people must understand, when late Buhari assumed the office, rigged into the office of a president through the former president of America, Barack Obama, the first thing he did was to cripple the justice system. And now you have a Fulani man ahead of the Supreme Court, and you have you saw the manipulation they did there. But in a normal circumstance, INEC is supposed to react differently, because the action of the Supreme Court actually contradicts or encroach into the rights and the functions of INEC. But we will come to that later. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Yeah. Go ahead, please. The word is listening.
Yeah. Onyibe.
Good evening from here.
I thank you. Good evening. I thank every one of you that is making this thing moving. My name's Mazi Nwabweze Akuta. Mazi Nwabweze Akuta is from Amandoba in Isu local government, Imo State, Owerri province, Biafra land. So, my contribution in your this night is this. I was watching a clip today online where I saw Reverend Father Mbaka and the APC chieftain. I come to conclusion that let us know that this is not prophecy, but this is all about to bring notice to people that look to do. And a lot of people, the gullible ones, say that yes, Father Mbaka have spoken, he said it again. This is a lot of people start seeing reason to believe that what that is about to happen is true. Again, I ask myself, why is it always, every time, Mbaka will only give his prophecy on APC? Boko Haram is there striking. The other time, the president of America make sure that one of the worst terrorists in the world was bring down. So Mbaka cannot see all those things. Only APC. Now, the other side again, I saw Uzodema, Rocha Sokorocha, the other one that looked like ape, the former this I don't know what his name is that married a girl of 12 years old. I saw him, Adam Shoshomola, yes, and many of them are also in number. Now all of them are rejoicing because of they have planned it and it works. I'm seeing a kind of stupidness there, because the same thing with this one in the prison now, Ojus Okalo promised Awusa and that he would do is the same thing Hope Uzodinma have promised Awusa that he will do now, which makes them to use him against his brother. And I love what happened the other side, because every governor, any person, be you who, that stand against your brother, wherever you are, one day the same cup that they used to measure Gary to Ojus Okalo, they will use the same cup to measure to each and every one of you that is against your brother. Now in Imo State, before the judgment was declared, everywhere is loaded with the army, DSS, police, mobile police, civil defense, all of them everywhere, to make sure that they subdue any person that rise and say that what they are doing is wrong. So let me stop here. Yes. But what I'm saying is this: let every person that's called himself governor or a politician in Biafra land support IPOB, because has it been that Ihedioha have been working hand in hand with the people that is supposed to work? This thing will not happen because they have planned it before now. The prophecy have been revealing that which is fake everywhere. So what I'm saying, all of us, I'm from Imo State, we will not allow it to happen. Even if because Nigeria government have they have been killing people, killing IPOB. Now they will kill both IPOB and the politicians now, because we will come on street and stand for them again. Let Ihedion have, wherever he is, have it in mind and know that IPOB is for justice, not for injustice. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, thank you for your contribution. I will advise that the next callers, when you have the privilege to call in to make your contribution, I will advise you just be snappy so that people can make their contribution. Having said that, we will come to the issue of Mbaka regarding this very election. Of course, 2 people played a major role, 3 people rather, but let's look at the next one. And my brothers on the studio right here, we go to the second question. Which is, what can you say about the role played by INEC in this election, both in the outcome of the result that was published and the number of political parties involved? I know most of these things has actually been looked into partially from our comment, but how do you see INEC? How do you see their result, their reaction to the decision of the Supreme Court? Are you there, please? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, please. Sorry, you were muted.
Yeah, Mazi, when you talk of INEC, INEC is part and parcel of the problem. Mazi, in the first place, the voters register, the voters register in the first place is manipulated. It is not correct. Outside that, INEC has not put a good mechanism in place to checkmate voting irregularities. Because most of these people that allocate more votes, they did not get as much as votes such as was located to them. Having done that, INEC must help to put things in order. For example, hello, are you there?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, what I'm trying to say here that INEC, they manipulate the ratio. If you take, for instance, what happened in Okrocha, when Okrocha had the polling officer with on ransom on gunshot and asked him to rewrite the election. I think you are aware of that. And Biafrans and all of us are aware of that. Okay. So Okrocha, are you hearing me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So Okrota asked the INEC official to rewrite the result. So INEC is part and parcel of the fraud. Otherwise, they should have they shouldn't have gone. They should have put a very good mechanism in place, such as electronic voting system. If election voting system is in a place, it can do our that people don't need to go to voting. You can do your voting in your telephone or your handset without going to the pool office. INEC would ask to give. Hello, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, INEC asked the government to give them a military. Now, what is the work of this military? To recruit people.
Thank you very much. I believe our brothers in the studio have one or two things to say, and then we listen to one audio, and maybe that will help us balance the decision and the influence of both the INEC and the Supreme Court. Yes, comrades on the studio, what do you have to say towards that response? Any comment to that effect?
Yes, Mazi, let me come in here. Obi Manechibike from Israel. Mazi, here we borrow the language of that genocidist, Theophilus Danjuma. He said that they collude. Well, this is a serious collusion. The INEC, the APC, the Fulani Caliphate, all of them collude to do this thing to us. INEC should tell us about that 380-something polling units that are cancelled. They should tell us the vote casted in that unit. We have to know. We have to know why those votes are being cancelled. We have to know the local government, the polling unit, the polling booths where those votes are being cancelled. Then we have to know, they have to clarify us among the other 70 political parties, who are those people that have votes in those cancelled elections. And they have to tell us why must they allocate all the votes to only Hope Uzodinma that get 90-something thousand votes out of all the election that's been casted. They have to clear us, or else, I still reserve my comment to Mazi.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. The mic is on to you, Armstrong.
Thank you very much, Mazi Judge Onyibe. I think my brothers have spoken really well, actually. There will not be much for me to say. However, I want our people to understand that when it comes to INEC, we must understand, the Independent National Electoral Commission, which we all understand that if you truly do understand why INEC was created, you would know that INEC was created to make the people believe that they have the power or they have control, to make you think that your vote counts. You go out, you go in queue, you vote, whatever way you vote, you're voting under the name Nigeria, under the politician who is in a political party that belongs to Nigeria. So basically, just to summarize this, I want people to understand that INEC it's a delusion that is created to make people have that delusion, thinking that they have control or they have the power to decide who rules them. Absolutely not. Your vote doesn't count. So that's exactly whatever the Supreme Court or the country Nigeria wants INEC to do, they're definitely going to carry out that. And tomorrow, if they decide they want to remove Uzodinma and declare another winner of the election, INEC will also key into that and say, yes, this is the new governor. So please, we should understand that. Thank you very much.
Yes, you threw a very good insight there. If Hope Uzodinma were supposed to be the fourth position, took the first position during by the time the election result was called, and automatically become the winner of the election because the spare voters number were allocated to him. It means that, like you said, if they wake up tomorrow and decide to change Hope Uzodinma, that simply means they can just pick up anybody and still have the platform to justify their action if the people do
exactly.
Nothing. And having said that, I will take one call and then we can now respond from the studio again. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Good evening. Yeah, I'm here. Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Hello? Good evening, dear friends. Good evening, Martin. Thank you for being for work. Okay, I greet you from here, Germany. My name is Onyibe. I'm from Upite in Orumba province, Biafra. I want to contribute on this issue on, what happens to Governor, the plan of the caliphate. They are prepared. They are prepared. They removed the Chief Justice Monaghan and put an Islamic judge there as a Chief Justice of Nigeria, which that will be covering them in anything, in any menace they are committing in that whole land of Biafra or in as well in Odudua. But thank God that they have woken up. And then they did it. Nigeria did not do anything, and they keep on doing. They removed the governor. They put on the an Hausa man as a governor of Bayelsa State. Nobody said anything, and then they replicate it here in Imo State. And what we are saying, we should not say it is only in Imo people. This happens to Biafrans. So we should all say it happens in Biafra land. And what we are going to do is to shut that Biafra land down till they rectify their fault. We should close down everywhere. It's not about talking and doing nothing. Every day I keep on. I'm on radio 247. I'm on radio steady. I keep on hearing all these strange, all these things. I fall sick by listening. By hearing every day, it's getting worse. We should do things to prove these people that we can do things. They think that we cannot do anything. Even if not we should shut down that place, shut down the whole Biafra land down. We should not say it's only State. Tomorrow it might happen to anywhere, anybody, or any state. So we should shut down everywhere in Biafra and to show them that we can do something. And then by doing this, the world will see through our story. Our message will be there for them. You rectify the fault, there will be movement. We don't rectify the fault, everywhere will be shut down. And thank you, my brothers.
Thank you very much.
I thank you.
We must continue. And now, having said that, our people must understand we're looking at three angles regarding this election. But for you to understand that Nigeria is such a hopeless country run by idiots, but of course, I know you will not like that. I want you to listen to this supposedly press communique issued by a learned man, a lawyer.
You see, there's one thing about the Supreme Court judgment. One is so spiritual, and this is a landmark judgment. You see, that's one. You see,
the Supreme Court judgment is spiritual. The Supreme Court judgment of Nigeria is spiritual. This is what a lawyer is saying. By the time we begin to analyze this issue, some people will say, let them leave Nigeria. After all, they want their Biafra. It's Biafra we want to. But how will you understand that these people are, first of all, very stupid and hopeless? This is a lawyer with wig. He said the Supreme Court decision was given by God. Who is this God, Mbaka?
There's one thing about the Supreme Court judgment. One is so spiritual, and this is a landmark judgment. I am so pleased because we labored around the primaries with Senator Hope, Actually, I was the second person to purchase from the whole federation. My number was 002. After the primaries, I collapsed everything, both my campaign vehicles, everything to Hope. And I know. And when Mbaka said this thing, I'm a Catholic. What?
And when Mbaka declared, when Jubri through Mbaka declared, this is what a lawyer is saying. These people are supposed to be arguing based on facts, logical reasoning. But look at what they've done to us. Look at how they have reduced us to. And some people say, oh, Mbaka is the God that told him. Look at where they are taking you from.
I was there. I saw the lost choosing. Saw so many people. I brought out my chaplets. And I said, because I'm an ardent Catholic, and also Hope is an ardent Catholic, I started saying what Hope did in Catholic Church. I now told my God, our Mother Virgin Mary, that he should intercede. That this is
even Virgin Mary helped to rig Imo State election. Even Virgin Mary, because the point is, if it's supposed to be based on our PVC, what has the prayer to Virgin Mary and Mbaka prophecy have to do with your PVC? But of course, how will you know?
It's not a challenge between the Catholic Church and other churches. I prayed 4 times in the court, and God answered my prayers. And this will be the first gift I'll give to Hope. It's the same chaplet I used when we run for primaries over the federal constituency. We are about 8 of us that came out for governorship. While we are doing the primaries, I was praying my rosary, and I won that primaries for over the federal constituency and everything. Yes, and yes, I'm telling you, if you're a Catholic, let this thing be your weapon. He has done a lot for me. I'm a politician that I don't move with security. I don't go with policemen. I go alone. So every morning, what I will do is to put my chaplet inside my pocket and move, and I'm covered.
So what is your advice to him as the new governor of Imo State?
No, my advice to him as the new governor of Imo State, Emeka started somewhere.
His advice is that he should go and pay more tithe to Father Mbaka and then give more to Virgin Mary. Idiots everywhere. Yes, sir, my brothers on the studio, what do you have to say regarding, because the decision of the Supreme Court of Nigeria and that of the Supreme INEC of Nigeria is influenced by cabals. That is supposed to be a lawyer like Professor Osibanjo, professor of law, vice president of Nigeria. Look at how they are coming to foolishly tell the world that they prayed for chaplets, and now God have to rig our PVC. This is how bad it can be. Of course, go ahead, please. The line is open. If you have any contribution to make there, or better still, we go to the next question.
About Mbaka, Mazi, okay?
Hello, Judge. Okay, someone else talking already. Okay, go ahead.
Maz, are you there?
Okay, Maz looking foreign. Go ahead. Then after you, the Maz Nelson, we can hear from you.
Maz, let us look at the issue of Mbaka. Because Maz, in the first place, Mbaka is a native daughter in disguise. Maz, Mbaka is in that cloak to deceive people. Mbaka has oil wells. Maz, Mbaka has companies. We want to let Biafra know, and we continue to expose this Mbaka. He has oil companies. He has company. He has oil well. Maz, in spirit and everything, Mbaka doesn't represent God. People that hears from God, if you see them, Maz, you will know. By their fruit you shall know them. How can Mbaka prophecies only debate falsehood or negativity? Are you there, Mazi? He never prophesied anything good, because the Kabats are using APC, using him to give him money, and tell him what to do. Then he will come to her altar address and tell people to light candle, and he will start to doing what he's doing there. Mazi Mbaka is never a prophet. He's a fool. He's a fool. We are not happy with him. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mazi Nelson. Well, how can you see
thank you very much. I just want to put a little bit of light in what we're hearing. We shouldn't be surprised about the decisions of the so-called Nigerian cabals. As we all rightly know, there's a man called Jubril handling the affairs of Nigeria. It's not the one running the affairs of Nigeria, it's the cabal behind him. The INEC of a committee is not INEC. It's the cabal that's running the INEC. They just put the INEC there to say what they want the cabals to say. INEC is just representing them. So they never INEC in Nigeria in the first place. And come to think about it, the man, the so-called man of God, is right. He's using evil spirit to announce things. So when he says, is it spiritual? Yes, spiritual, but evil spiritual. That is what they're using. Look, there's nothing in Nigeria that is correct. There's nothing in Nigeria that is truth. There's nothing in Nigeria to be happy about. So whether we like it or not, the cabals are there to do a perfect job by turning Nigeria into a Muslim country. That is what they're after. Do you know that they all probably give high five to themselves, announcing all kind of results in our faces? They don't give a hoot. They don't give a damn. They don't care what anyone says. So long as whatever they want to do is in progress, that's all they bother about. They don't give a damn about what me and you think. So it is us, the a little bit enlightened ones, to stop them in their track. And that is why we thank God that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is yet to stop them. That is why I'm so happy and glad to be part of the moving train. And by the grace of God, we're going to stop them in every way, because we cannot allow them to carry out these evil plans to turn our people into Muslim people or kill all of us and to take over our land. That's not going to happen. If they want our blood, they're going to see our blood. We will make sure that that does not happen. So when they come on TVs and radios and talk about spiritual and the rest of them, yes, their mind being spiritual, but in the evil spirit, that is what they're using. They might be blindfolded by evil spirit that the evil cabals are using on them, but not to everyone. We Biafrans are godly people. We Biafrans are God-fearing people, and we cannot allow this to happen in our lifetime. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will take one call, then I can come back to you on studio. Let me take one call, and then I will come back to those of you in the studio. Yes, caller on WhatsApp, are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp.
I'm still here, my reverend.
Good evening.
I greet all the Biafra. Yeah, I greet all the Biafrans. My name is Akisom Ejike, man, calling from Malaysia. My own contribution here is that the INEC themselves has APC has no candidate. Most of them are not even talking about this election again. The election have been scribed it out for all these days. From the
Of course, that is a epileptic network. Go ahead, please.
To start again by Reverend Mbaka or whoever he called himself. From day one, everything he has told us everything has problem. Shepherd cannot guide his sheep. That person is not a shepherd. This man came out and told us that Buhari family are peaceful. But a daughter of Buhari, 9-year-old person, will buy SIM card from MTN. Now, the daughter of Buhari, now they use presidential jet. The humble children that have in our own story before. Look at bleaching cream. Somebody they bring to come and rule a state. Rubbing bleaching cream. Put me one I got to know. Is this what Uzodema is what the Hausa people call Damdawudu? That is what they are using him. Damdawudu. When you watch him, you will see that that person is not a man again. He's Damdawudu. Those that they sleep with. That's why they bring him come. I will say my own way it is. Watch him, watch every his thing, watch the way he laughs. If a man laughs like that, I'm not in a good mood to debate about him.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Yes, Brothers on the studio, you have something to say. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mazi, let me come in here. Be managed BK. Mazi, I did not, in this case, I did not blame the fake Mbaka so much here. I blame so much the PDP because they're supposed to have known the antecedent of Mbaka. They're supposed to know that Mbaka is an APC man in disguise. Some time ago, Hope Uzodinma went to adoration ground of Mbaka and pledged the sum of 2 million naira for Jubril. And he also pledged the sum of 10 million naira for himself. And on YouTube, they removed that part where he pledged that 10 million. I've searched for it severally. I did not see it. They cut it off. Now, having said that, some weeks before this Supreme Court judgment, Mbaka come and give fake prophecy. The PDP is supposed to know that this APC is speaking through Mbaka. They want to test the ground, but the PDP keep quiet. Mazi, on the 13th of January, being Monday, this week that is about to pass, the police in Imo State say that they are securing the whole Imo State in case of the judgment of Supreme Court. The PDP is supposed to know what is about to come. Then on that same Monday, this judgment is supposed to come up in the Supreme Court. The airplane turner, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, said that they have to postpone this judgment to Tuesday. Reason is that one of the panelists is sick. So panelists become sick inside the court. So the PDP is supposed to know that this is the game that is about to play out. They're supposed to call for urgent measures. They're supposed to call people to hit the street, but they keep quiet. Then the APC tested the whole ground and they went the whole ground. And suddenly, they strike on Tuesday. That Tuesday striking is the last straw that breaks the camel's back. Now, what did the PDP do? They have accepted that ruling. I watched Uche Secondus, the chairman of PDP, the way he was giving his press conference. He said that let this thing should not happen again in the Benue ruling and the rest. Then, when you say this kind of thing, literally you have accepted defeat. Just like when you are fighting, somebody slaps you, you say, don't slap me tomorrow. That means you have accepted that slap. The person slapped you that day. And I watched Emeka Ihedioha. He somehow accepted that ruling. But to we, the Imolites, we will not accept that ruling. We are calling upon the whole Imo State people. What the PDP has to do now, they have failed. They have to rely on the people that give Ihedioha that mandate. They have to rely to the people. Let the people come out and protest. Power belongs to the people. Power does not belong to the Supreme Court. Power does not belong to the government. Power does not belong to APC. The people that give Ihedioha the mandate have to come out and defend that mandate. And look at the antecedent of Hope Uzodinma, a man that is in the Senate that cannot speak to the people of Oluzon in the Senate. How can he rule Imo State? A man that somebody Ekelue accused him in 2005. This Ebubago Ekelue accused him in 2005 that he infected his wife with HIV/AIDS. The man is carrying HIV/AIDS, and this is the man they want to rule Imo State. It is on record. I'm not the one making it up. Go to Google and Google Hope Uzodinma and HIV/AIDS. You will see the thing where the woman is lying in the coffin, and they accuse Hope Uzodinma of all these atrocities. And this is the man you people want to put into Imo State to rule Imo State. And this is the man of APC. You know what APC represents in our land? APC represents death. APC represents Ruga. APC represents everything that is bad in our land. And this is the person you people want to rule our land. This is Ruga in disguise. Our people should stand up and resist this thing, or else our people is here to face another calamity. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you. Yes, my brother on WhatsApp, before I come to the studio, let's talk to our brother on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp, are you there?
Hello, my
Yeah,
George Onyibe, my mentor.
Go ahead.
God bless you, my mentor, George Onyibe. God will bless our leader, Martin Nandekana. My name is Christopher. I'm talking from Angola. Angola is in South Africa. We are all here behind the RPOB. Martin Onyibe, I want the whole leaders of RPOB to know what we are fighting for. We are fighting with the demons. So the demons can use anything. They can use lions. They can use anything at all to fight it because they are demons. This is destruction in the highest order. They want us to focus on the Ozodema and the nation of Imo State and forget about the second about Muhammad Buhari and his demonic or cosmic power. Let us focus on what we are looking for. Give us order and what we will do in Imo State to restore our country. And forget about Buhari and what his demons that he used to fight the Biafrans. I want the Biafrans to study what is jihad. Jihad, you can use anything to fight the jihad. You can use lying, you can use cheating, you can use killing, you can use people. Anything you can use against the infidels, you can use it and fight the jihad. So what they are using now is the titles of their own jihad. So forget about this high manipulation and high discussion that I want to report to Biafra and the election of Imo State. Let everybody that are fighting about this Biafra go and study what is jihad. Jihad means you can fight with anything. The people have nothing to offer except lying and cheating. So Nigeria and the Buhari and his occultic power have nothing to offer to any Nigeria. They want to conquer the whole Africa. They want to start in Nigeria. So if they can use anything to fight Nigeria and so that they will gain that the ground, if it is lying, if it is cheating, Igbo people, don't allow anybody to use you to fight against your brother. What they want to now to do is this. They want to put a very big high confusion in Imo State so that we dragon who win, who is not win, who win, who is not win, so that we come and capture us. Look at Onyibe. Another attack has fallen on Onyibe. Look at any places in the whole Biafra land. They are now seeing fire. Do you know that now the army and people are shooting people in Biafra in Delta? Here we are talking about the election without election. High manifestation in the highest order, so that they will distract us, so that we will not do anything about the Biafra. We start talking about the election and not the election. Thank you, my deputy. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Like our brother said, all these things are high manipulation, but our people must understand. Our leader in his last broadcast made it clear. He told the people, don't vote. They say we have to vote. But make no mistake about it. As far as I'm concerned, PDP is APC, APC is PDP. Yoruba is Hausa is Fulani, all of them are one Nigeria, they are all British government. And all of them will fall in shame and in disgrace. But for record purpose, we have to make our people understand what is about to come to all of them. Going back to our studio, brother, you have something to say. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi, good evening from here. Once again, I remain okay for see you. Mazi, like my beloved brother Chibika had just said, but there are things one thing he couldn't, I don't think, because he said that Ike has accepted defeat. Chibika, my brother, if you watch Facebook this evening, you will see where Ike has said he will contest it. Mazi, but outside that, we are still dwelling on Mbaka and his fake prophecies. Mazi, if you remember, during Nnamani, Governor Nnamani of Enugu State, Mbaka prophesied that he will never be a governor again. And later, this man won, not only won, he's still a senator till his death. So what we are letting Biafran to know that this Mbaka is a saboteur, is worse than Ifajina and Adenya would put together. So we must take our land. Today he went to Owerri, and I was not happy. I don't want to see him. He went to Owerri, but whatever he's doing, that land belongs to us. We will come out very, very victorious very soon. Mazi, this is what I want to tell my beloved brothers, the Imola and Biafrans at large. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We are getting there. Let us say, we who last, but last best. We will shut down. Is a must. We must shut Imo State down. Mark, thank you.
Yes, I will go to the next question at this moment, and I will ask a simple question. With this regarding issue, what do you think the Biafran people, most especially the Imo people, should do? What are we going to do? Of course, this is of no concern to us. Remain the gospel truth. But in order to cover more ground, sometimes there is need to pause, there is need for evaluation. Call on WhatsApp. Let's listen to call on WhatsApp, then we'll respond to this question. Are you still there, call on WhatsApp? Call on WhatsApp, are you there? And then let's go back to the studio. Like I said, regarding the question on ground, the situation on ground, what is supposed to be the reaction of the people? the people of Biafra and the people of Imo State.
Yes. Mazi Judge Onyibe, this is Armstrong. Can I come in?
Yes, go ahead, please.
All right, Mazi Omije speaking. I just want to, what the people of Imo State should do, I want to answer this in such a way that I'm going to link it, with the previous question for the Mbaka. I want our people to first understand the way the Nigerian government, prior to their colonial masters, have been using the so-called men of God, or religious leaders, or even the church, not all of them, but a lot of them, to subdue our people. Now, I want us to take our mind back to the days of slavery, when Christianity was us, because we were made to believe that we do not understand, or we didn't know God before Christianity came, but that's not true. Now, they made sure they used the church. They set up a church, a Christian church, and they made sure they taught specific men of God, trained them the way they want them to be trained. However, when they let them start preaching to the Africans, they made sure they supervised the pastors or men of God preaching to the people to condition them the way they want them to do, and then deriving them to submit to the colonial ways, colonial masters. Okay, now let's come back again to how Nigerian government is using the churches or men of God to deceive our people. It's the same strategy. You see, Father Mbaka comes out to tell the people of Imo, for example, this is what is happening. And this is a spiritual movement. This is ordained by God. The same way they've been doing it right from the APC federal election and all that, this whole system.
The same way Fulani tells us that God created Nigeria. Right.
Exactly. So religion has been a power tool used to condition our people, telling them, they use the church as a media, definitely. The church today has been turned into a political playground. That's a church that should be the house of God. They've used it as a political playground where men of God tell them, say they have seen vision, they have seen a solution to a problem. You vote for this guy, vote for that. Our people in Imo State and across Biafra land, all Biafrans around the world should stop falling for this trap. Wake up. We must understand there are more churches in Nigeria than the whole of the entire Europe. There are more churches. I might be over-exaggerating, but there are more churches in Nigeria alone, or probably even Ekwacha alone, than the whole of the entire Europe. Yet we're still under this colonial enslavement. We need to set ourselves free. People of Imo do not accept being controlled. All over Biafra land as well. Wake up, my people. Do not accept this. Understand that this is a manipulation and mental programming system that's being implemented on you people. Thank you very much.
Yes, I believe there is one or two reactions from the studio before I take the next call.
Yes, let me react here.
Go ahead.
During our leader's last broadcast, he said that a doctrine of necessity has to be enforced. And whatever we, the IPOB, or we, the Biafrans, are doing in Biafra land is enshrined in the constitution of the world, in the constitution of the zoo, no matter how they manipulate it. This doctrine of necessity is to empower our people to come out in mass and reject this ruling. A doctrine of necessity was enforced during the time Yaradua was sick, and Yaradua did not transmit any letter to confer on Goodluck Jonathan to become the acting president. Then what did the Senate do? They invoked the doctrine of necessity and used their power to make Goodluck Jonathan the acting president. It's in a situation whereby somebody has an accident and all the people around there, nobody has a driving license, or nobody is with his driving license right at that particular moment. Somebody who knows how to drive has the right to drive the car without a driving license and take that person to the hospital. It's a doctrine of necessity. You have to break some laws in order to save a situation that is very, very awkward. So this is what the Imo State people should do. Secondly, Mazi, I don't want to base this thing only on Imo State people. When some of our people talk on this show, they say that it does not concern us, but it concerns us so much. I want our people to bring out the map of the former Eastern region, the Biafran territory of today. In that map, you will see that Imo State is called the Eastern Heartland. Why is it called the Eastern Heartland? It is in the middle of that Biafran territory. We have a Delta State at the west. We have Anambra at the northern side. We have Abia at the east, and River State at the southern side. This is the Eastern Heartland. Then in this Eastern Heartland, states like Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Lower Benue and Edo State is being circled around Imo State. If we allow this thing to happen, that means these people, they have triangulated us from Ebonyi, Enugu, and the Anambra. When they get to the center of Imo State, that means we are finished. Just like allowing your opponent to carry football and enter the 18. When an opponent enters the 18, the goalkeeper is in trouble. So we should not allow this thing to happen. We should not allow them to enter at the Eastern Heartland of Biafra land. From there, they will dispatch their warriors and their fighters and destroy us. So it is left for us to adopt that doctrine of necessity and force the Supreme Court to revise this judgment, or else we will occupy Imo State, we will occupy Owerri and demand for something better. When these things are happening in Benue State, people like us in Imo State say it doesn't concern us. But today, they are finished in Benue State. They are coming down to our side now. So we should not say that it does not concern us. We should react now. This is the time. Because we will say it does not concern us, it will consume all of us. So I call upon the civil society organization, the market women, students union, trade union, farmers, civil servants, everybody should rise. It concerns us. This is our matter. It concerns us. This is Biafra land. This is not Arewa. This is not Oduduwa land. It concerns us. My people, stop saying that it does not concern us. This is the actual time we have to arise. If we do not arise now, how can we protest in Imo State anymore? When we protest, they will kill us. You know what happened during Rochas Okorocha time? Rochas started good in Afghan, but immediately he changed to APC. He turned to a tiger. He turned to a barbarian. This is what they are trying to do. They have captured Bayelsa State now. And when they capture Imo State, we are all gone as a people. So we have to rise up. Don't say it does not concern you. It concerns everybody. Thank you very much, Omar.
Yes, comment in the studio. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, get it from here. This is okay for you. Mazi, like Chibike rightly said, my brothers, what we have to do, what we are supposed to do now, both the Imo State and Biafran, is to totally reject the imposition of this leader on us by proxy, and to let the whole world, the entire world, to understand what is at stake now. And at the same time, Bayelsa has been captured. They are in Enugu. Because everybody must come up now. All of us must try. Everybody, whether you are from Ugala, whether you are from Idoma, it concerns all of us. We have to fight right now to make sure that we secure this our land. It is for all of us. This is what I have to say here, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Let us go to our line, and then I'll come back to you. Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
I'm still my African rep.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Napoleon. I'm calling from Aba. Napoleon, I'm calling from Aba.
Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. We are good and everything for the restoration of Biafra. I congratulate you. You are the man and our spirit leader. I believe you. I want them to come out and the name of that you are watching it to do Tetaro n'ụra na awụsị abatala ọka chei ndị Igbo tetaro n'ụra maazị ndị a chọrọ ịba anyị ndị abala anyị ime ana m asị ndị Igbo tetaro n'ụra lekwa maazị The Farambaka, oh, Pambaka Beare, Bagere Ulano, Baka de Rai. Baka is a good luck on no need a Potala. Nano need a Potala, no opposite no Kia. Ukiaga good luck ada. Baka Buliaqua, who was on them Mao, ya were never all to be. Baka will be to be hope what to be one year who put up for vice. President Mbaka warrior Ogulamo so you receive na parish ya before ya bless ya yo P2B here me P2B here me ya P2B amazi kwa geja afọ na parish na basa Mbaka o bozo de man na akụkụ o zo bụrụ me were microphone na ọ Buhari esubiri ya na Buhari sendre ya na Buhari sendre ya ọrụ ọrụ ya first class hospital ọrụ ọrụ ya ihe niile ka ọrụ ọrụ ya ga ka ọrụ ọrụ ya nke ọzọ nye Mbaka ego Mbaka welie ya aka elu ugbu a ha werele ọla achịkwala na new year ya na hope ụzọ dị mma na ọ ga-apasị eme ka ihe dị ọha ọ daa ọ maka gịnị kwanọ ọ maka gịnị ndị Igbo tetakwara n'ụra na anyị niile bụ ofu ndị Igbo teta nọ n'ụra Igbo tee n'ụra Igbo tekwara n'ụra ele mgbe a ga-ehigide ụra ruo de ele mgbe a ga-ehigide ụra ruo ndị Igbo ele mgbe unu ga-ehigide ụra ruo teta n'ụra ụnụ na-agbalị na ihe na-eme Chineke gọzie ụnụ ume anyị ga-eruru n'isi ngwụcha ya anyị ga-ahụrịrị Biafra land is our land. We are in Biafra land. Almost a half million mala. Of my walk on her. We must conquer them. Mogia Rupa.
Yes, sir.
This is 2020. We must take already. We don't start to work. We don't start to work. Anybody will say we did for about we did. I put you in Aba.
Yes, sir. Coming back to the studio, I believe that you have one or two things to say. This line is onto you. Do we have any response from the studio? Are we there? Yes, sir. Mazi Ezekwesili, go ahead, please. Good evening from here. Of course, we lost him. We must continue. The Biafran people must understand one truth. And that truth is that we want you to see the light of what is going on. 3 people played major role here. And these 3 people are the people we are asking you to watch out for. We will fight all the governors in Nigeria. We will fight all the idiots who call themselves founding father, including Jubri. No political idiot will be set free. We just want you to see how hopeless, how insincere these people are. When we come, we talk about Yoruba Church. We watch Yoruba Church. We watch Yoruba Church. They understand that we have finished exposing them. What did they do? They choose Mbaka. But of course, we should not be ignorant about Mbaka operation. What I do not understand is why Catholic Church begin to shield idiots. What I don't understand is why Mbaka owns a Catholic branch property. This is what they did. They will seize your identity. When they take in your identity, they seize your political might. And when they seize your political might, of course, the judicial system have been hijacked, and then it is easy for them to bamboozle the rest of us. And understand, just consider it. These people commit atrocity and say, what did the law of Nigeria say? It is in the law now, we are following the law. But the point is that who is the idiot who wrote the law? They always tell you, we the people of Nigeria. But who is the people of Nigeria? Who is that idiot called the people of Nigeria? But it's coming now. We are warning you. We are telling you. What can you truly see? And there is another learned man, a lawyer supposedly, who is coming to tell us, we prayed. We no longer judging issue logically or by reasoning. He's telling you we prayed. He played holy chaplets. He played Holy Mary. Why wouldn't the Muslims and the jihadists play holy whatever they use? BIAFRANS, wake up. PDP, APC, governor, no governor, it doesn't concern us. We will run on the offensive. And believe me, many people will wound. But how will you understand the reason why we will do what we do? How will you understand the importance of the role we play in your life today? Because without IPOB, all of you are gone as a people. They wake up in the morning and say, we take this community, and they take it. And it's amazing that out of ignorance and our own stupidity, these people use it against one another. Okezie Ekpazu is ravaging Abia State, David Ugwanye, and the rest of them, or Dawuda Umaru and Ugwanye, among others, are there destroying our land. And when you ask this, according to the Constitution of Nigeria, who the hell is the Nigeria? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes, caller. Mazi quickly. Go ahead, please. Caller on the other WhatsApp. Hold on for me. Mazi,
I cannot hear you, Mazi.
Good evening from here.
So I don't know if I'm on.
Yes, you are on. Go ahead. Mazi, Izzy, go ahead, please. Izzy quickly. The world is listening. But of course, that is Zoo Epileptic Network. Yes, caller on the other WhatsApp. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mazi. Good evening. As I said,
go ahead.
My name is Paul, calling from Liverpool. Yeah, Mazi, what I want to say this evening, and somebody said that what's happening in the state is a welcome development. That is to show you that some of our people are dumb. Our people are stupid. I want to tell them that what happened in Imo State is people should understand when these Fulani may keep people in Enugu State or anywhere in our land, those call themselves men of God will tell you to go and do fasting. Is to tell you that these people are the same people. They are working hand to hand with our South Fulani. So our people should rise up. I stand where my leaders stand. My leaders say that we should not allow that nonsense to happen. And in Imo State, what happened in Imo State is a I don't know what to clarify it. People of Imo State should stand up. That war they are looking for will start in Imo State, because if we allow those things to happen, I don't know, we are all gone. And I want to tell these people that right now we are identifying who is who. That will show you that that man in Imo State, anyway, that man, for now, I congratulate him because he did not accept to kill his people. So that's why they remove him how the work. And I want to let them understand that they must steal the rock of God. Is not what we are looking for. What we are looking for is Biafra. And Biafra is here already. I want to let them to understand all of them must pay what they did in Biafra land. So what I want to tell you that Biafra is there. This one is Imo State. He will not sit down there. He will see you. What is happening in the zoo is what is going to happen in Imo State.
Thank you very much.
That state will be ungovernable for him.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, Mazi Zekwesile. You are on. Mazi Zekwesile, good evening from here. But I don't know why he's finding it difficult to hear me, because I can hear him and he's on already. Can you hear me, Rabbi?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good evening, Mazi. Good evening, BIAFRANS, all over the world, friends of BIAFRANS and lovers of freedom. Good evening, panels. I greet all of you wherever you are, depending on your time zone. I greet you. I am Rabbi Shas. I'm calling from UK. Mazi Onyibe, I've been listening to your analysis and the clip that you played. I said, "Oh my gosh, something wrong is happening, and we shouldn't let it happen." I have a question to ask some of us. It's very intelligent question, though. It's not too expensive. It's not too complicated. It's just intelligent question to juggle our mind. Let's say you are employed to look after a high-profile person. You are a security officer. You are employed to look after a high-profile person, and at the middle of the night, you fell asleep and you had a dream, and your dream always happens. Always, when you have a dream, it always happens. Remember, and in that dream, you saw that your boss was assassinated. You know, should you tell your boss that dream that before in the morning or not, and why? That will lead me to what I want to say now. If somebody can help me out with this question, just a very small, intelligent question, I want to say something to our people back home now, because something wrong is happening. Should you tell your boss that you had a dream and he was assassinated in that dream? Should you tell him that? Onyibe, did I come out clear?
Yes, loud and clear. Panelists, I think that question is for all of us. Please, you can respond.
Okay. Based on the question Rabbi Charles asked, it depends on the relationship between you.
I can't hear him, but let him.
Yes, repeat it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said that
I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, it depends on your relationship between you and the boss. If the relationship is very cordial, you have to tell the boss to be very careful, and you have to upgrade your level of securing your boss, because you know that your dream come to pass. So it's a relationship between the boss and you that is a security to the boss, because the boss has a role to play in securing himself. Security is a personal thing. You have to secure yourself first before any other person can secure you.
Rabbi, if I were to receive such a revelation or insight, I will rather prefer to pray about it, not for it to happen, than to blow the news out of proportion.
Okay. Now, any other person before I land before I land on what I want to say.
Go ahead, please.
Yes.
Okay. Somebody.
Yeah, this is Nelson. I like to put my own intake on it.
Okay.
If I were to have such dream, and I like the previous comrade said, it depends on the closeness of me and the boss. But I think for me, I will make sure that I secure his life more. So I probably get extra securities to make sure that kind of dream does not come true by securing his life more effectively before even telling him in the first place, because he might take it out of proportion. So for me to stop that, I'll get extra security to avoid such things to happen. That's what I would have done.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nancy, and the other first contributor. Let me go straight to what I want to say. Can I, or someone wants to say?
Yeah, Rabbi Charles, my beloved brother, greeting from here. This is
go ahead.
If I have such dream, I think there is a purpose God brought me to him, just like in the Bible, just like Joseph. There was a purpose God put him in Potiphar's house, because through Joseph, Israelites were delivered. That's my own. Thank you.
Okay. Can I say something now?
Go ahead, Rabbi.
Okay, brothers, the people we are fighting against have studied us very well. If Onyendu will confirm what I'm saying, in as much as Onyendu have studied these people and he has them in his hands, they have studied us and they think they've got us, but little did they know not all of us. Let me say this: if you are an officer, you are assigned to a high profile, to look after him, and you fell asleep, you had a dream that he was assassinated. If you tell him that dream, you will be fired because you are sleeping on duty. You don't have to tell him. All you can do is to guard yourself, and you don't spiritualize it, because your dream does not count as a matter of fact. So it is just an intelligent question. These Fulanis, they have mastered us very well. So before they can bring out what they are cooking, they use a spiritual person like Mbaka, who is vulnerable. So all these things, they kind of spiritualize it to our eyes, to our sight, to make it look like it is divine and it is spiritual. Look at in a law, in a country, in a place they call a country. In America, for example, this kind of thing will never happen. If I, as I'm here right now, I am not allowed to pray for somebody in United Kingdom. If I do that, I will go to jail. Nancy, you can witness that. If I am on duty and I pray, if I'm a nurse or a medical doctor, I pray for somebody in a hospital, I will certainly go to jail. I will lose my license. That is how it is over here. And they are fooling people over there. So they will spiritualize it and make it look like this is a divine message, and the person that will play that part is Mbaka, and a lot of Biafrans are falling into it. If I am assigned to you, Onyibe, you are my boss, you are the governor, I am assigned to you, and eventually I fall asleep, I had a dream that you were assassinated. That my dream is nullified because my duty, I failed my duty because I was sleeping on duty. I shouldn't have slept on duty. So I will be fired. I will be certainly fired, and I will never blame anybody. My dream does not count. So what we should do is to open our eyes and guard our mind on what we should do, and not thinking that this is let me go and read Bible and Joseph was this. My brothers, let me tell you, I'm a man of God. Let us put this thing aside and look at the people we are dealing with. They have mastered us. They know that we are God-fearing people. If they want to carry anything out evil, they will use somebody that you think that is a believer or is a God-fearing man, and everybody will listen to him. That is what they are doing. And if you listen to Mbaka, even a fracture, they will definitely decimate us one more time. That is what I want to tell our people. And finally, no, there was a time somebody wanted to use this kind of a thing to present her case to IPOB like the rabbi is behind this thing. But it is just false and fraud. I have to denounce it. I am not. Our people should wake up. This Christianity that we are holding, it is not true. God is God. If you know God, as our Onyibe is showing us the replica example of a man that knows God. This is how God expects us to be thinking all the time. If you are a security, you have a gun, and you caught a criminal or somebody who came to assassinate you, and all of a sudden, because he is not in a position to shoot first, he said to you, please brother, don't shoot me, I am a believer, Satan put me in this, and you drop your gun down. If you drop your gun down, he's going to take you out. You are being foolish. That is what it is. Onyibe will end up from here. Thank you very much. God bless you, all of you. Shalom. I love what you are doing.
Shalom. Thank you very much indeed, Mazi. Yes, we must continue. And I want to believe the panelists have one or two things to say before I bring in another caller, then move into the last question so that we can round up here. Any reaction from the studio?
Yes, I'd like to react. This is Nelson Tukora again. Yes, we must not forget that Atiku, PDP, is a Fulani man. Buhari, represented by Jupiri, is a Fulani man. They're all the same. Regardless of whatever happened today, they all go back to their same mosque and pray together. It's just like Venus Williams and Serena Williams playing a table tennis final. Whoever wins is still the Williams that wins. So whatever any one of them come out to say this is a PDP governor or PDP president and the rest of them, they all same Fulani people. So we must chase them out of our country, Biafra land, and take back our land. That is all. We shouldn't be settling down for anything else. We should not be even contemplating to accommodate them anymore. As we can see clearly, they have a mission, they have an agenda, and it is up to us to stop them from carrying out their plans. We must unite, like the previous brothers have already said. If we need to protest, we should not be relying only on Imo State to protest regarding these decisions they're making. We should be all uniting together and protest against it in mass. The whole state, the whole 5, 6, 7, 8 Biafran states should be uniting together to protest against this evil coming towards us. We should not be scared about it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Before I take another response from the studio there, let's go to the line to hear from Mazi Ezekwesili. Can you hear me, Mazi Ezekwesili?
Yes.
Good
yes,
evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon from here in New York, USA. I salute you and I salute your panelists. Agwatolumbe, I salute you, Mazi Oke, and the rest of our brothers from Israel. We appreciate all your contribution. Good afternoon, Biafrans. My name is David Ezekwesili. I'm from Unobi, Umuago precisely. I reside here in New York, USA, and I'm a state coordinator here. My job is to preach the gospel and to make a lot of people to be the disciples of the evangelization that is going on. This afternoon, I just want to make a brief announcement and to leave some numbers for our people. It's not the contribution of what is going on. Our own job here is to contribute money. That's what our leader said. Since the weight of the struggle is on our shoulders, we don't have time dancing around the park. So this afternoon is just to remind our people, most especially my New Yorkers, not only my New Yorkers and all IPOB in USA. Yesterday, I announced about some numbers, and this afternoon, I'm going to give our women leader her phone number. Our women leader, her job is to make sure that this project that was given to us is completed by us that are in United States. There's no excuse. Since our leader says that that this struggle is going to fall at the back of people living in USA, now there is a project we have. Everyone must be participating, and most especially those that are not the members of IPOB. You are the ones that we are targeting, and any amount is acceptable. If you give us $1 million, we will accept it. So if you know all our people that reside in USA, those are our professionals. We have a lot of our Biafrans here, especially in the Igbos. You guys are all here. So those of you that have companies, businesses, professionals, we want you guys to sponsor this trip of our leader and this dinner party or dinner black tie that is coming up in USA. So I'm going to give you our national, Dr. Cole. I will give you the phone number of Dr. Cole, and I will give you our women leader. For you to call our women leader, that means you are like a company or organization, and you have to post or have like people in like 5 tables or more. Then you call our women leader. This is not joke. If you don't have money, continue hiding. And if you belong to IPOB members and you have a state, okay, and you have state coordinators in all your states, it's better you contact your state coordinator and tell them how you will be part of this event that is coming up. Time have come, we will stop anybody coming around our leader to take any picture. You will stop it. If our leader steps in the United States here, it's going to be like President Trump. Some of you guys that will be riding around him, kissing him, putting your head on his shoulders and all that. is no more. So if you want to be part of this event, you contact our women leader or you contact your state coordinators. Our women leaders phone number is 215-715-7709. Let me repeat it again. Our women leader, Madam or Mommy Okafor, is 215-715-7709. That means if your organization, if you're a company and you want to participate fully on this Black Tie Day, you call our mommy. Or if you are in USA, you don't have any zone, you don't have a state coordinator, you call Dr. Koro. Then Dr. Koro will put Dr. Koro's phone number is 512-825-5303. I repeat, Dr. Koro, the national for USA, 512-825-5300. If you don't get him on the phone, leave him a text or leave him a voicemail. He's going to get back to you. If he doesn't get back to you, you can call me that is leaving this information. I will make sure you get hold of Dr. Then, in the state of Georgia, I will give you the coordinator, the state coordinator in state of Georgia, Mazuche. His phone number is 401-861-4759. I repeat, if you are in state of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, right? The state coordinator phone number is 401-861-4759. Then I'm going to leave you my deputy's phone number. Even if you are in New Jersey, if you want any state where you are and you want to be part of this program, this dinner party with our leader, just give me a call or you call any of this number that I'm leaving for you. My deputy Mazin Badike phone number is 646-645-8237. I repeat again, 646-645-8237. That's Mazin Badike, my deputy. And myself, Maze Zekosi, my phone number is 832-245-5640. I repeat again, my phone number is 832-245-5640. So if you're making a contribution that you want to be part of this dinner roundtable with our leader, you're going to call on this number. Then our leader remind everyone in diaspora, we in USA, I'm talking about USA, I don't know every other diaspora, about the satellites that we need in all the four corners of Biafran land. And our brother has set up a phone number where you can test your receipt. I repeat, your receipt is what you test on this WhatsApp. You don't call him. Do everything you have to do with your state coordinator or the country where you are. Do it with your head of principal officer over there. All you have to do is to send your receipt of payment so we will know when we will get the target we are targeting to reach all the Biafra land with satellites, to make sure that this radio station, what I am listening here in USA, New York, that our people in village at Nobi will be listening to the same thing. So the number to send your receipt is 929-326-2733. I repeat again, where to send your receipt of payment, proof of payment is 929-326-2733. Once again, my people in diaspora, we need to make sure this radio is in all four corners of Biafra land. This discussion that is going on tonight is for our people. You have seen what is going on. Everything is happening so fast. We don't have time to waste. Especially those our people in diaspora, in USA. We know you guys are rich. One of you can sponsor this project. But we are waiting for any of you to sponsor the dinner party that is coming on with our leader. We cannot miss any of you. Time has come that you ask questions about what is happening back home. If you don't want any camera, you don't want your name to be publicized, you don't want, fine. Call us and give us your $1 million. We need it. Any amount, we need it now. All right? We are the one that will make the dream of our leader come to pass. He has paid the ultimate price. And those of you that are deceiving our people, collecting their money in the name of Biafra, when we were prescribed as terrorist organization, none of you want to answer IPOB. Today, you guys have seen that everything is moving smoothly. You guys are doing Biafra again. Started collecting money from gullible, our people that are gullible, that don't want to ask questions. So this dinner party that we're talking about, reach out to your state coordinators in any state where you are in USA. If you don't have any state coordinator, you call any of this number I just mentioned on the air. I will put you through. And if our leader comes here, don't start jumping around him. If you can't do the needful, all you guys want is to come and take pictures. But this time around, we're going to stop it. If you want to take picture with him, if you want to sit on the round table, if you want to ask him questions, if you want to ask him where the weapon we have, the AK-47 bomb, the grenade, this is the time and this is the opportunity you have to do that. Okay? Thank you, my brother, Dr. Onyibe, and the rest of your panelists. Keep up the good work. We are hearing you, man. I got to remember, my brother.
Thank you very much. We must continue. And having said so, I will be going back to my comrades in the studio. And having said these things so far, we will be drawing the curtain on this segment. But I will want us, each and every one of us, to send our closing remark to our people.
Yeah, Mazi, this is okay for me. See you as a question. Koboberga, my beloved brother. We appreciate you and Rabbi Charles and BIAFRANS all over the world. My closing remark is this. Please, like I always say, if you look at what is happening in Biafra land now, I want you to set your mind on what happened with the governor of Fayoshe, how they removed him. And if you put your mind there, you look at our leader always say Afonja, Afonja. When you go to a place called La Panta right now in Abia State, you see what is happening there. The park they are building there since 3 years. That is not a park. That is a tunnel they are leading there. You people will go there. This is why we are calling all of you. And if you look at what is happening in Bayelsa State, in Bayelsa Province, you see how they are burning houses. On 17th, they burn a house in Bilaberi, a Keremo local government. And that is why we are calling all of you. You see what is happening in Enugu. It's not in Abia State, it's not in Imo State. So what we are urging our beloved hardcore Biafra radicals all over Biafra land, we want you, all the state coordinators, all the state mobilized volunteers, we need all of you in Imo State. Please arrange and come down and fight for your mother. Let us restore this land. That is why we say on November now, also this is the time. But keep all of us. Don't fear, don't be afraid. We must restore Biafra. It's our land, is where we are. Our umbilical cord is buried. And that is where all of us will be buried. We have to guide it very, very jealously. Thank you and good night from here. May Chukwu Kaba keep all of you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mazi. Yeah, thank you very much. I want to thank Rabbi Charles for that his intelligent question. What the bird eats is what you use to set trap for him. The people, our oppressors knows that we love God so much. That is why when they want to target us, they use prophecies. They use God say, God say. That is why the Yoruba people, the Yoruba pastors build churches all over our land. When they say God say, we almost believe in everything they said. That is by the way. Then I want to advise our people, let them emulate. When we say go back to our root, let them look on what our forefathers and what our parents and our grandparents did. About women riot. About women riot, they did not leave it for Ngwa people. They did not leave it for Aba people. All the women in Biafra land, right from Ugubara, right from Akwa Ibom, Ewugep, all the way they troop down to Aba and fight for their rights. So I'm calling upon the Biafrans to troop down to Imo State and fight this injustice. Let us remember about Aruchukwu and the Kumeku. The people of the old, they did not discriminate. They did not say it doesn't concern me. This is the spirit we need to fight together and restore our land together. Thank you very much, all Biafrans. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you. We must continue going ahead to Mazi Armstrong. Your closing remark, please.
Thank you very much, Mazi George Onyibe. Yes, my brothers have spoken really well, and just like the rabbi that called in earlier on, he gave a very important point, saying that we shouldn't allow religion be a tool. That is what we were talking about earlier on. It is something that they have been using for a very long time, for hundreds of years, to deceive us in the name of spirituality, in the name of religion, because they know that we love God. Naturally, we are people of God. You know, even back then, the slave masters they introduced Christianity, they introduced white Jesus, and then they would tell the slaves to pray to a white God, a white Jesus, and the slave has a white master, has a white God, and then the slave is black. So pray to God for your freedom. So that mentality, the white colonial or slave master would tell the slave to pray to a white Jesus or a white God for his freedom. So we must understand that system, that mental enslavement is still going on today. We shouldn't allow any room for Islamization or control slavery to go around Imo State or any part of Biafra or any part at all where our people are. You know, we must understand that we are a special people, that we are being subdued for a reason. We are being subdued for a reason, and a lot of us still don't know who we are as a people. We don't even still know our brothers and sisters as a people. So this movement is not a joke. This whole movement, this whole freedom for Biafra, it's not a joke. It's not because it's not a choice that because we want to be free. It's a lot more than that. So we must understand the truth that we are here for a reason and we must be free. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mazi Armstrong. I'm going back to Mazi Nessin. A closing remark from here, brother. Mazi Nessin, are you still there?
Yeah, his mic is on mute. Let him unmute his mic. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you, everyone. When I say everyone, I mean everyone, all the comrades in the studio and everyone that's calling, including yourself, Mazi George Onyibe. I just want to congratulate everyone that came on tonight. It's our first night. I hope our message is clear to everyone. As my closing remark, I just want to say, our people, my job people, always come up with a parable or a saying, meaning if you don't have eyes, if you don't have sense, don't we have eyes? We can see clearly what's happening around us, and this is no joke. There's death coming to us. There's death already happening in our land. We must all wake up. You don't need sense to see what is happening. You only need your eyes to see what is happening. Like one of our previous comrades said, there's already killing in Ijaw land right now. Today is happening. This is not yesterday. Today is happening. There's death everywhere across Biafra land. If any Ijaw person is listening to my voice, they must realize that I'm an Ijaw man and I'm talking to them as a brother, as a father, as anything they can call me to be. I'm not in this struggle for any sentiment. We are in here for everything that concerns us. We must wake up. We must wake up. I cannot emphasize this enough. We must wake up now because death is coming for us. And if we don't do anything about it, this burning fire is going to come and consume all of us. And we are the ones that will regret it. We cannot be saying we have oil that we don't even know what the color is. We cannot be saying that we have oil, yet other people own all the oil wells around us. We cannot be saying Igbos are the ones going to kill us, they're going to take our land, and when it is obvious that the Igbos are not our enemy. We should all realize that the Igbos are not our enemies by now. We should all wake up. And I just want to use this little opportunity to talk to them a little bit in Ijaw language so that they can understand even the more. Boy awusa fulano to bonu amadoso oni bridoso oni benedoso oni surrounding sedoso uprega oni plo oni gas odon oni ibebi jubo omokon ono o akon angba ono basin do man kemisi saka basin do man fulani to muslim ko oni kumos be basin do man e just to work in politics maintaining politics women. It's time for us to wake up now, or it might be too late for us. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. And I want to truly appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Now, who am I talking to this person? Who is this?
Emmanuel, I've been in a job for a long time. He's a very good person. Yeah.
Yes, sir, thank you very much.
We are one people. Thank you.
I will be excusing all of you. And hopefully by this time next week, we shall still be discussing issues as they affect us as a people. I truly appreciate your time, your sacrifice, your contribution so far tonight. I say, may Chukwu Kikabiama continue to guide all of you in Chukwu Kikabiama's name. Yes. Yes. Now I go to our brother on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yeah, man.
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
I want to thank all my brothers who contribute this evening. I said I did well. I love what I speak. May God bless them and give them strength in the name of God. My name is Okechukwu Okoro. I'm calling from Germany. So I want to tell my people so that they can wake up. I want to let them know what is happening in our land. We know that the grandfather who they call Reverend Father Mbaka, Ejike Mbaka, he is a man of God. Everybody knows that. And I want to let all the people that is going in his ministry to go and worship God. I want to let them know that even if a pastor pray for you without you have the belief, the prayer request you are asking for, it will not work for you without you have the faith and belief. So I want them to open their eye and try to understand what is coming in that country. Let them do not take because of man of God speak this or speak that and try to let themselves to be used. Because if you see the way many statements Mbaka have made in the video there, Mbaka tell the people who Jubiri said sent to come to visit them in the ministry there. He told them that if they are not going to build his church, that he is not going to support any of them to win or to continue to the Nigeria government, because the first time he support Buhari disappoint him, that he's not going to support them for this second, unless if they promise that they will build his church or give him his money, which is Mbaka used those people who are coming in his ministry to worship God. He used them as a business. Mbaka used his ministry as a politician. He used his ministry to do politics. So I want my people to open their eye. I'm not telling them that Mbaka is not man of God. He's a man of God, but Mbaka, he have to use their life or their head there to play gamble, so that he will use that to get what he wants. I want them to stop listening for everything that man of God tell them. Let them think about their life. Let them think about what is going to happen to them tomorrow. Because of many of them, Fulani Asmen have not visited their family. That is why they are not taking this matter seriously. It's those who have experienced badly things that the Fulani are causing in that land. It's those people that know what we are fighting today is seriously, and they need it in their life. So I want to tell them, let them wake up and stop allow themselves to be used, because there is no time to delay again.
Thank you very much.
Onyibe.
All right. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? Good evening. Go ahead, please. You still there? Go ahead, please.
Tonight is all about our own land and Imo State as a case study. At the same time, I must appreciate all those that have made one contribution, one comment at the topic. It is worthy of note that some of you are understanding what is going on. Some of you are beginning to appreciate the work of our leader. Now, Imo State is the topic tonight about the issue of Ruga, what the government has for Imolite. First and foremost, I must state here, number one, that we, those of us in diaspora, the challenge before us, those at home, is a challenge to all of us. That those in diaspora should rise to that challenge, that we are going to rise above it. One thing that is certain, one thing we will assure is that Imo State is coming up when it comes to Biafra agitation. We cannot afford to go back.
to where we are 1 year or 2 years ago because of any new coming government. We will continue to keep the flag flying. We will continue to maintain the tempo and the pace at which we are moving. At the same time, I want to use this medium to talk about the teams in Imo State. The Olu Senatorial Coordinator, you know the issue at hand. Where Senatorial or Kiwe, different departmental head in Imo State. You must understand my language tonight. Ihe anyị ji n'aka, anyị ga-eme ya. Otu anyị kwesịrị iji wee mee ya. Ịmara ihe ọ, ị ga-agba mbọ hụ na ndị kwesịrị nọ ebe a ga-anọ ebe a. Anyị ga-ekwu ọtụtụ okwu n'ihe gbasara Imo Steeti. Ihe anyị na-ekwu na God will give us the grace to overcome the challenge in Imo State is so enormous. The enemy within and the enemy out without. There are many. Imo State, you can see that is under occupation now. But God will help us. If it means all of us turning to be a herdsman in Imo State, we will turn it. We IPOB. If all of us means all of us going to the bush, we will do it to make sure that Imo State remains our own land. There is no two ways about it. I commend my dear brother, whom we all know, every departmental head, everybody that is working assiduously in Imo State. This period, if we are working at a pace of 50%, now we have to step up because of what we see that is happening in Imo State today. It's unfortunate that they have conducted the election. They see the number of accredited voters. At the end, they announce a winner. And there is a margin that is above the accredited number of voters. Even the blind can see what happened, that there is no justice in the Nigerian system. So we are not going in there. What we are interested, how do we maintain, how do we keep our own land, Imo State, safe from the Hausa Fulani, from those Marudas, from those killers, from those that are maiming and killing our people, that are raping our women. It is a collective effort. We must rise above it, and we cannot do it alone. Each and every one of us, Imo Light, those at home, those in diaspora, we must join hands together and see that we win this battle. Imo State cannot, Imo State, I repeat, cannot be handed over to Hausa Fulani. Be rest assured. God will continue to help us. He will continue to protect us. In the mighty name of Chukwuka Biama. Good night, you all, from me here in Imo State, Biafra land. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. And we thank the Almighty Creator. Our people must understand the implication of everything that is going on. There is no two ways about it. Biafra is all we want. Biafra is all we are here to make sure it's restored. But it is important that our people understand the kind of game they are playing with our mind and our emotion. And somewhere along the line, they think they will have their way. That will not be possible. Biafra must come. And right here in our own time. I want to appreciate the panelists who spent so much time here with me in the studio. I want to appreciate those of you who were able to call in. Sincere apology to those of you who cannot receive their call. I will be signing off temporarily, of course, in a few hours from now. We will still be back. Be good, be Biafran, remain focused and resolute, because in the end, Biafra must be restored. Goodbye from here and for now.
Together, together, the more we fight together, then stronger we shall be. The more we fight together, together, together. The more we fight together, and stronger we shall be. Rising sun, rising sun. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Biafra is the only hope of Africa. Believe it or leave it, Biafra is the only hope of Africa. We've been crying, the world claim not to hear. And we've been lamenting, the world claim not to hear. Our tears flow, the world claim not to see. And our blood flow, the world claim not to see. This is a crime, oh no, against humanity. Oh no, yeah, this is a crime. Every spoke up, they were given independence. South Sudan spoke, they were given independence.